The San Antonio Spurs. This is an ongoing argument we had this entire summer. Right now, you can make the argument that they are a better fitting team without De'Aaron Fox. And that is a sad argument because De'Aaron Fox signed that 9-figure contract in the offseason. De'Aaron Fox is going to be well into his 30s in the year 2030, making $64 million, over 30% of the cap. And now you're going to have to find a way to waive and stretch, potentially trade him. I don't know what this team's going to look like with him, especially if Stephon Castle plays like he does and Dylan Harper plays like he does. I'm looking at the box score. Castle had 22 and Harper had 15. Where does De'Aaron Fox fit into that? That is a problem with this team, and hopefully he can just fit seamlessly, but it's not going to be – Mitch Johnson's going to have his hands full. I'll just put it that way.
We saw a Wemby masterclass, and you made it about De'Aaron frickin' Fox. Then this is low even for you. De'Aaron Fox is just going to be fine. Let him recover in peace. He's injured on the sideline, clapping and cheering for his teammates, and you're trying to spin this into a negative. The Spurs made a statement. There's no question about that. And I think that they have a real chance of being one of the better teams in the Western Conference, especially if, along with Wemby taking a leap, everybody else takes a significant leap in their games as well. But you're crazy if you think De'Aaron Fox is going to come here and make them better. He is. He's another all-star. He's another guy that consists, like what you just said from Castle, 22, 7, and 6. That is a great game from Castle. Yeah. That is a mediocre game from Fox. De'Aaron Fox, he averages more than that. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, that's what you expect from De'Aaron Fox. So, I mean, if you have that consistent production along with Wemby every single night, I mean, come on. You're trying to rag on Fox.
Again, that's not the problem. It's not trying to rag on Fox. I'm just saying, let's say the Spurs team completes what we think they can be this year. Let's say they're the Houston Rockets of last year. They finish as, let's say they overachieve as a top 3 seed in this Western Conference. What if they do that? We don't expect them to make it out of the first or second round, correct? We can agree on that.
It depends. I mean, it really depends on the matchup they get.
Stop. Nobody envisions them going past the second round of the playoffs. Let's judge it like the Rockets. All right, moving forward. The Rockets had a trade they can make with all the young pieces they have. The Spurs have options as well. The problem is the Rockets were able to move off of Jalen Green whenever they saw he did not fit with the future of this team. Same with Dylan Brooks. The Spurs will not be able to move off De'Aaron Fox, even though they might have 2 guys who could both be better fits with Victor Wembanyama long-term. De'Aaron Fox, again, his contract does not kick in until next season. It is $223 million over 4 years. And in the season 2029 and 2030, he will be making 32% of the cap. My problem is not with this season. I think the Spurs are going to be a good team this season. That's why I have them top 10 in my power rankings. I'm just saying for the future of building a contender around Victor Wembanyama, they did not need to do that deal, and they did. It was a mistake, and I don't know why you're sitting here acting like it's not a misstep. Yes, he's an all-star, but Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle can be all-stars too, and the reason we saw what we saw from opening night is because De'Aaron Fox was not on the floor. It is not an indictment against De'Aaron Fox.
Fox was there?
It is not an indictment against De'Aaron Fox, but it's an indictment on the front office whenever all 30 other NBA teams, all 29 other NBA teams were not willing to give him 4 years, $223 million, but they did. And I promise you it's going to come back and bite the Spurs in the ass whenever we talk about a championship for the Spurs. Not about them as a top 3 seed in the West, but a championship. Beating the Oklahoma City Thunder is what we're talking about.
There's just nothing that De'Aaron Fox could do that'd change your opinion on this. He was hurt and he didn't play, whatever. But like, if De'Aaron Fox goes out and averages 27 and 6 and then is an all-star and is getting all NBA consideration, you're still gonna be like, well, they paid him. They should have never paid him.
No, that's not true. If he goes out and averages 27 and 10 and like is a clear front runner for a first or second All NBA team, yes, I will change my opinion.
What about third?
You and I don't
All-NBA
see that
team?
happening. You don't see him as a first team All NBA guy
I
or
see him as
second
a
team
third
All NBA guy.
All-NBA team.
Okay, a
potential.
third All NBA team guy. Come on now, let's get serious.
What do you mean? If the Spurs paid John Morant, would you be like, this is terrible?
Don't put me in that position.
De'Aaron Fox is just as good as him.
I think let me say this. The difference between John Morant and De'Aaron Fox
One stays healthy. Yeah.
that is a difference. But when Ja Morant is healthy as a number one option early in his rookie seasons, he made the postseason every single year. De'Aaron Fox did not do that as a number one option. That's a complete other
On the
thing. By the way, I
Kings.
wouldn't like Ja Morant on the Spurs anyways. I wouldn't like him making 32% of the cap
I'm just saying.
next to Victor Wembanyama
Let's
either.
wait. Let's wait and relax. The Spurs aren't paying nobody for the next couple of years. So Fox's contract, they had more than enough money to pay somebody like Fox. They're not paying nobody for the next couple of years for the most part. They're not.
We're not talking about the couple of years. It is 2025. De'Aaron Fox is literally getting paid through 2030. That's the problem.
That's fine.
It's not fine.
Dylan Harper's second contract isn't going to kick in until like 2031. Stephon Castles isn't going to kick into like 2029. Like
exactly, it's gonna overlap for 2 seasons. That's the problem.
Maybe one season, and at that point, Fox is gonna be an expiring. You can just trade him. The cap is gonna balloon at that from that time.
This is the projected cap, 32% of the cap. You're gonna have to come to a choice in 2029 between Stephon Castle, several years into the league, or a 32-year-old De'Aaron Fox.
They're gonna re-sign all of those guys that they want. They are.
Okay.
It's a lot of projecting. Just let Fox get healthy and play, man.
Okay. Let's let him get healthy and play.